Welcome to the Whitetail Advantage Podcast with your host, Brett Bovin. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the show.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Whitetail Advantage Podcast. I'm your host, Brett Bovin. It's the electronic campfire that we like to call it here. I was going to say something right there, but I just fucking lost it because I saw a picture of a buck and I was like, oh shit. I wish I was in a tree stand right now. But I'm not. I'm here with you guys. Anyways, it is Sunday, October 27th, episode 112. Draw a blank there, so give me a second here. Anyways, for those of you unfamiliar with the show, we do a live show every Sunday and Tuesday, except for Sunday through December. October through December, we only do a show on Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we do a live show and we cover each state. However, this month from October to December, we're just freeballing it, see how it goes, spitballing, talking about whatever we want to talk about. Excited for tonight's show and getting to talk with our guest that we have tonight with Derek. But we all know that I don't like doing intros, so I'm going to just pop this up right here and go off the bullet points right there because it makes my life a lot easier. All right. We have a subscriber goal for tonight. Help us get to 215. It'll be greatly appreciated. Tonight's guest is Derek from California. Make sure to check out Whitetail Advantage website. We put a lot of information on there. For instance, when we're doing our live shows, we have a schedule already planned out for the whole year of 2025. So if you see your state and you want to represent your state and come on the show, look on the schedule and see when we're covering your state and send us an email. I'll see all the emails that come directly to me. Make sure to also check out Grizz Media as well, because we're getting ready to do a photo shoot with them, and they're going to be launching us into the future here, basically, with Whitetail Advantage. Magnus Broadheads, I love their products, so make sure to go check them out. Rec Broadheads as well. We have a code. If you use the code WA15, you can get a discount off their products. Gilly Puck, make sure to use the code GP10 and get 10% discount off of their products as well. Patreon. We just started Patreon last Sunday, like I said on the last week's show. It's still new. It's in its baby phase, basically what I look like coming out. So we're figuring out what we want to do with how we want to work that out still with the team. So we're still trying to work that out because we don't want to just prematurely put things in there. We don't want to premature ejaculate basically on this. So we want to take our time with it. Anyways, we also have a saying on the show, put your quarter on the slot machine. I strongly believe hunting is a dying sport. It's a dying lifestyle. So all we ask is for you to help us share the show and help us get one new friend, help us get to 215 subscribers. Be greatly appreciated. Anyways, enough of me jibber jabbering. We all know I don't like doing intros. So we'll get everybody here into the show because no one likes to listen to me talk. And we're just going to listen to whatever I want to say. So here we go. What is up, fellas?
What is up, brother?
What is going on?
And for anyone out there watching right now, this is everyone by their names. So that's just who they are. So we're just going
to... Dave.
What's going on, John?
Nothing. As usual, just hanging out on the show.
Yeah, that's about it.
Well, you guys lucked out. You didn't end up with Brett Bovin for your name. So,
as you can see, I wasn't complaining much.
That's a great name, Brett Bovin.
Bovin Woods.
Yeah,
got the initials of BB.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a show. We have a guest for tonight, so let's be professional here, okay? You sons of bitches. All right, Derek, how's it going, brother?
It's going good. Thanks for having me on. Stoked to be here.
Thanks for coming on the show, man. For anyone that doesn't know you, can you give a little background about yourself?
Yeah, my name's Derek Demun. I'm a T8 paraplegic. It means I hunt out of a wheelchair. I used to travel the world snowboarding and did a lot of big mountain snowboarding. So got in the backcountry a lot, and so it got my interest into seeing hunting because I was coming across big animals all the time, giant goats, sheep, bears, moose, you name it. Just stoked to be here.
I tried snowboarding when I was a kid growing up, and that didn't work out very well. I put the snowboard on and instantly face planted into snow. So I was like, yep, I can't do this shit anymore.
Your head's too big.
Yeah, I had a great top.
It's like putting a sinker on top of a needle.
It's like a freaking crane with a wrecking ball.
We just started the show and everyone's bashing me already. Fuck you guys. I have a very normal size, proportional
So,
size.
what was the first time you've ever been hunting, Derek? And what did you hunt for and with? Jesus.
The Brett Bowman head, right there.
Oh, hey, Brett, how'd you get down there? I thought you were up on top of the
Yeah, it should be up there.
Looks like you're hanging out with Trump, man. You got that orange tan glow going.
That's right.
Orange man. I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question. I was too busy staring.
He's too busy laughing.
Busy laughing.
So when was the first time that you actually went hunting, and who took you, and what were you hunting? Like here.
Yeah, so first time I was hunting, my uncle had a friend with a good chunk of property out in eastern Kansas.
Oh wow.
He blessed me with a hunt, and I went out there, and I just got a doe with a 30-06, but coming from snowboarding and doing such an adrenaline-filled sport to being injured in the blink of an eye, and then trying to find something that would give me that adrenaline again. It was tough, and then I mean it was only a doe, but man, the adrenaline dump after shooting that doe was I got the shakes, I got all of it. I was like, all right,
That's the good stuff.
here we go. So that led me into this path, 12, 13 years later, and
That's awesome.
a healthy little resume going on.
That is awesome.
Can we ask how you got hurt?
Yeah, so like I said, I was traveling the world snowboarding, and I was just working a side job to earn money for a plane ticket to go down to New Zealand, and I just working construction. They had me on a roof, and it was a gravel roof, and I took one step back, and it was pretty hot out. It was like 90 degrees, so the gravel was pretty loose. The gravel just slipped out from underneath my feet, and just went over the side of the roof. It was about 13 feet, and landed shoulders first, and folded in half, and here we are.
Oh wow.
So you were going to get construction work, is what you said?
I was working construction at the time. They had me just painting some fascia up on a roof, but yeah, I was just doing that just for a quick side job.
Because I know a little bit safer job where David, well, it's Johnny, but David for tonight. He works the corner, so he gets a lot of fun satisfaction out of it. So I was going to say,
It pays the bills.
yeah.
You should check out my OnlyFans, man. I'm killing it on there.
Dude, I've been thinking about starting one, man.
I got some sexy feet, dude. You should check them out.
I bet if there was a head-to-head, you would outproduce Brett all day long.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
These amazing feet with long ass toenails come to that, man.
Probably looks like a raptor.
What's great about my OnlyFans is I don't even have to do anything. They just pay me to put my clothes back on, and I'm rich.
Okay, I have to say this though because we're on this weird topic. Anyways, everyone knows who Cardi B is, correct?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
The rap singer that made that WAP song, "Wet Ass Pussy." Anyways, I saw this video earlier in the week. She was dancing to this song that she made. So WAP. Her, I think, 5-year-old daughter started walking into the room. She instantly turns it off and be like, "Yep, hey, how's it going, sweetheart?" I just looked at that and said, "Really? You want to be the role model for little girls and girls out there in America right now, but you have to do this when your daughter walks into the room? You fucking hypocrite." So
That's right.
I want to
That's
throw that out there.
I just leave it on all the time. In my
There's only one role model for little girls. That's Brett Bowman.
No, I'm not. Let's say that right there. Nope.
Hey.
I saw that video and I was just like instantly appalled by that. I'm like, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's
can't-
different out there.
Hollywood's screwed up, bro. They're
People in
shot.
California are stupid, man.
They are. Yeah, live in a place where there's earthquakes, volcanoes, fucking, floods. Yeah, let's just live there. It's a great place to hang
Especially
out.
people that live in fucking Southern California. I don't know. They got some fucking mental problems, man.
They're surrounded by purple, green haired dinosaurs walking around.
Yeah, let's go to Tent City. This is cool. Oh, look, there's Uncle freaking Loser. Hey, how's it going?
Dude, we need to go down to Skid Row and do a podcast. That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah.
They could take care of that situation if they wanted to. If they just choose just to ignore it.
Yeah, just drive a tank down the freaking road and they'll scurry and run.
Well, I read a report the other day. The homeless czar for California makes like $400,000 a year to eradicate homelessness. But if he eradicated it, he would be out of a job and he wouldn't be making $400K a year.
Yeah.
That's why it's never going to get fixed.
Well, that's that Gavin Gruesome guy, he sucks. And that's why they're in the state they're in.
I can't see a single governor in the entire United States that looks as evil as that guy, dude. Like he looks like he's straight out of Batman.
Yeah, he looks like Dr. Evil.
I don't know. Whitmer looks pretty close.
Yeah, she is pretty close.
Mary's the worst of them all, in my opinion.
Yeah. So have you been hunting at all yet this year, Brett or Derek? I know the answer to Brett. Sorry.
Yeah, I've actually had the best season of my life this year. So.
Oh, really?
He's been doing really good. He's been doing really good.
I've punched 4 out of 4 tags so far. So.
Damn.
Nice.
What'd you harvest?
So my first tag, I had a landowner cow elk tag up in Utah, and punched that on the 3rd day with a rifle. Nice. It was a 3-day hunt. I hunted the first 2 days over water with my bow, but it's hard to hunt water when it's pissing rain outside, so that didn't work very well. But it was literally the third day, right in the morning. We were probably out there for about an hour, and I plugged one. So
nice.
Got that, and then the second one, I actually got my first elk. It was a cow elk as well. All 3 of my. So I got a cow elk with my bow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got it at 48 yards on public land. So
man,
wow,
that was cool. Yeah, had me and a good buddy tag teamed it, and he called probably about 50 yards behind me, and thing came screaming in, and it wasn't a big one. It was probably a year old, but in my position in the wheelchair on public land, this was the first elk we were able to call in. So I was like, I'm not going to let this, I'm not going to let it pass it.
I don't think the wheelchair has anything to do with it. I would have probably shot that too.
Oh, absolutely.
Being able to go on an elk hunt, I wouldn't be too picky.
Pretty damn tasty. I'm not going to lie.
That's what I was going to say. It probably tasted pretty damn good.
Yeah. And then after that one, I went up to Central California and I shot my first California blacktail.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I shot a pretty decent one. It was pretty wide.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. It was nice.
Yeah, dark chocolate rack, and it was, whatever they're rubbing their antlers on up there, the antlers were almost black, so it was just beautiful just to see that kind of discrepancy between whitetails and that,
Yeah.
And then this past week, I just got back from Northern Arizona. I pulled a cow elk tag for Northern Arizona through the lottery system with Fish and Game, and plugged one on the first night. We have
to get you fill out our applications for elk hunts so we can go on elk hunts.
No kidding.
This dude's pulling them out everywhere.
I think about this shit all year long, man. And I just, when the opportunity comes, man, I'm just.
Oh, I don't blame you. I'd be all over it too.
Yeah, so
most definitely, I wouldn't turn anything down.
So, Derek, I want to ask you, what caliber rifle did you shoot your one elk with?
So the first elk, I shot it with the 7mm PRC, and then this last one was a 300 Win Mag.
Nice.
Yeah, the one with the 300 Win Mag went about 10 feet and was like, all right.
That's a hell of a bullet.
Yes, it is. That's a mule kicker right there, boy.
Yeah, it was cool. So it worked out. We were able to, we drove around and found a nice little point to glass off of, and found a small little herd, just about 3 or 4 cows just hanging around each other, and decided to go back there the next day, and they were just one ridge over, and made it happen. There's probably only about, like, how I usually do it, about 15 minutes left of shooting light for that night, and
Nice.
presented the shot and had a fun night.
How far were they?
150 yards.
Still a poke.
Yeah, that's a nice shot.
Yeah, that's great. That's
Yeah.
great. And your bow, you what bow do you shoot, and what arrows and stuff? What kind of broadheads?
I got the Hoyt RX8.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, the
Good
newest
bow.
model. Yeah, I love it. I'm shooting for the arrows. I'm shooting the Rip TKOs,
Okay.
Yep.
and the broadhead I shoot was the mechanical Grim Reaper 4-blade.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Did a number on it. That elk ran. So I shot it at the bottom of the hill. It ran up the hill probably 30 yards and just started cartwheeling down. And
Nice.
yeah,
Nice. That's what you want, man. That's what
Helps
you
with
want.
the tracking. Comes back
Yeah,
to
it was quartering away too, and so it was quartering away, and it was kind of facing uphill a little bit. I was like, all right, so I need to put this right above the back hip, slide so it can slide through into the vitals, and I put it right where I wanted to, and that broadhead did a mean one on it. So
Nice. That's
They
great.
make some holes.
yeah.
That's for sure. They make some holes.
Yeah, and then so in about 2 weeks, I got a Coues deer hunt down in southern Arizona.
Oh wow, that's gonna be neat.
Dude, that would be so cool.
And then I go to South Texas every December and try to get some access and some pig. And
Can you say some tags for all the rest of us? What the fuck, you dick?
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about Brett because he probably wouldn't go anyway. So
Yeah. The only tags Brett messes with is those ones on the mattress, because they're closest to his head. It says "Don't remove," under the penalty of law, and he goes and he rips it off. He feels like a real badass then. So,
he feels like a real badass.
don't the guys say, yeah, leave some tags. He hasn't even been out like 3 times, maybe. Have you? 3, 4?
I've been out like almost every fucking day to go eat a bag of dicks, you fucker.
I do have to ask a serious question. Did you get your sight straightened out?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Because my dumbass motherfucker. Okay. So I had the UV slider, okay? And for the longest time, or not the longest time, but just for a while there, I was like, so if you're sighting in with the UV slider, you have to sight in at 20 yards with the middle pin because it's the only fixed pin.
On there, yep.
And then you have to go out to 60. And once you get to 60, whatever that number is on the right side that you're on, that number will correlate to the sight tape number that you need to use. After that point, I was like, all right, what the fuck am I doing wrong? I was taking the pin, the sight tape number that I found, and putting it right on 20 with the 20, thinking, all right, that's 20 and 20. You go right there.
Oh, okay.
No, my dumbass motherfucking self. You have to move the slider all the way up itself to the 20-yard pin, and then you put the 20 there. So then once you pop it down to using that middle pin now for 30, then you can adjust the other 2 pins there to correlate now 20 and 40.
Yeah, because that's when you get your sight tape on your, and then you pull your housing off.
Yep.
And you set it on there and so your center's the 30 and make sure your other ones match.
Yep.
So
I wasn't doing that. And I was like, what the fuck? So it was just
I'm happy you figured it out though. I'd felt like crap for you, dude, if you'd have shot that buck.
I know. And it was funny. I don't want to say it's funny, but when we were talking to Squatch about his situation, I was Squatch, did my situation happen before you or after you?
After.
It was after.
After mine, yeah.
Then that's when I texted the group and I was like, because we were talking about what was God's plan with all this and shit like that. And then because when I shot the doe, the October 3rd, I missed right below her stomach. So I was thinking my sight might be still off because I wasn't fully confident in it. Then when that buck came 2 weeks ago on Monday, I didn't shoot. So I'm like, then I figured out my sight talking to David, John. I was talking to John, and we were able to fix it. And I was like, now I found God's plan of why I didn't shoot that deer. Because if I did shoot him and miss right below him, I'd be fucking shit. I'd be pissed. But,
Yeah. I thought at first I'd missed that doe I shot Saturday.
Dude, the way she ran off and didn't
Exactly.
sit there, I was like, what the hell?
well, you know what's weird? I shit you not. That doe that I shot like October 3rd, and I didn't tell you guys because I was ashamed of myself. She did the same fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
She ran like 50 yards, stopped, and then just slowly walked off. I knew I didn't hit her because I saw her through my binoculars, and there was nothing of like, there's no blood or anything. And I checked my arrow. There was like no blood on it at all. So I didn't track because I knew that. But she did the same fucking thing you did with your doe.
Yeah, because she was literally, I think when I ranged that, where I saw my knock was like 6 yards.
Yeah. You could tell from the video you had a hard angle.
Yeah, I worked hard, so I had to I had to aim low because I knew my height, it was going to shoot high. And then I waited about an hour because I was like, man, I kept rewinding because I filmed it and I kept rewinding it. And I'm like, man, I can't see a good angle of a hit. So then I got down and I seen the arrow and I go, oh shit, I actually hit her. And the blood was just, the arrow was just red from tip to bottom. It just went through her so fast and clean that she probably didn't even know what it was, but it ended up clipping the bottom half of the front lug and the top of the aorta right off the heart.
Oh man.
Yeah. So when I found her in the swamp, we figured about 80 yards from my stand, maybe 90. When I opened her up, her whole chest cavity was full of blood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you scared me a little bit when you sent me the picture of the arrow because I saw all the white hair. Then I was like,
so did I.
He said,
until I started looking and sniffing the blood and then the color of the blood. And I'm like, okay.
That's why I said it must have been really close because that's the exit all over that arrow, or you hit real low.
Yep,
and then the video, she runs fast and then slows down. And it's usually a gut shot when you see that. They'll start walking and they hunch up and they know something's wrong. But she wasn't hunched up. She was just walking. She was just dead, dude. She was dead on her feet.
She was. Yeah, that's what my buddy said. She was just dead and didn't know it yet. It was just her natural will to live. She just kept going.
Yep.
Derek, have you had any emotional roller coasters in your hunting career there? And how have you come?
You know we did.
Who hasn't?
Exactly.
100%. When you can't find a deer that night and you lose sleep, and it's like, did I hurt it? And I'm like, oh, that's the worst feeling is when you hurt a deer and you don't find it.
Yeah.
I can't stand that feeling. It's just gut wrenching.
How do you handle that emotional ride?
Yeah. Because in your mind, it's a living animal creature and it's suffering.
Yeah, a whole lot of Jack Daniels and cocaine, man. Like,
there you go, brother.
Yeah, this guy's going hunting with us.
Yup.
Let's go injure some deer. No, honestly, just a whole lot of prayer and just tossing and turning, man. That's all you can do is just wait for the time, wait for that, be out there before gray light, and then just get back on the grind. That's why I like Onyx now, because that's the scouting app that I use, because you can pin the last known blood, so you can just rush there straight in the morning, and then as soon as you got visible light, just get out there and keep grinding. But
I love Onyx, and I love that feature too. And a lot of the
is that a new feature or something of last blood?
No, it's just. Well, no, I mean, if you pin it, you can use the tools section in it, and you can mark your waypoint, and it has like the little emblem for blood or whatever. But it's such a good tool because the days of using like toilet paper or fluorescent ribbon or whatever.
Yeah, thumbtacks and
it's whatever. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to see that, but when you start laying down when a deer starts laying down a blood trail, usually on a dead run, they're running pretty hard, pretty straight. So if you start to lose it or you get off, you can always just turn back with your compass on that. And you say, okay, well, that deer came from the east and he's running to the west. So let me just keep continuing on that way. And then all of a sudden, maybe you'll pick up another spot of blood. And it's automatically tracking you. You hit track, it's just tracking you on that blood trail. And I hit a doe up here a couple of years back with the muzzleloader. And it was a far shot. I was up on the top of the hill here. I shot her about 125, 30 yards with the muzzleloader. And, you know, good blood, got on her a little too soon. It was getting dark, and I'm an impatient bastard. So I got on her. She jumped, and I said, all right, I'll go eat some pizza, and then I'll come back up and collect you. Well, she gave me a run for her money. She went out up in the good orchard from the thick orchard that I was in. It was snow on the ground. She mixed her tracks up with a bunch of other tracks. Very little spotty blood here and there. Don't know why. It was a decent shot. Got up to her, and I actually finished her off. She couldn't get up. Rigor mortis had set in. And she went about 220.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was out pretty far, and I didn't get her till about 9 o'clock that night. And there's nothing worse, man. I hate putting an animal through anything like that. I really do. It's not me. I'm probably my hardest critic, but
we all are.
You know, my
Absolutely.
father was he's tough. He's just tough, and you know, the one shot, one kill thing always is in the back of my mind, and you know, I'm sure it is with everybody, and we try to do the best we can, but unfortunately, it's hunting. You know,
It is.
Yeah, we all go
You can't
through it.
control what you can't control.
But you know, we didn't give up, and you know, we stayed on it, so that's good. So
That's good.
That's all you can do, man. You know, like I said, everybody goes through it in their hunting careers. It happens to everybody. I mean, sit there and freaking hash it out and use technology. Technology is a wonderful thing. Like Derek said, the Onyx is a great tool. It really is.
Technology is great in this new day and age of hunting. And I think a lot of hunters, especially myself, because I come from a background of sports and athletics, and the failure of it all and of everything, and I just can't stand to lose. I hate to lose more than I like to win, and I correlate that basically to my hunting life. And I remember it was last year or the year before, we were moving my stand out in this area, and I was like, Dad, I want to put it here, and he was like, no, we should put it there, because if you go with this tree, you have like a widowmaker. It was up top, and we just didn't know like if it was going to actually fall or not. And I've been out there, and it's still in the same fucking tree, but you just never know. Anyways, and it's too high up there for me to really get to and try and get it down. But anyways, I remember I saw this buck come in, and you might be asking, well, why didn't you just pick another tree close to it? There was nothing. There was nothing next to that tree that I could use that was reliable. So we had to go to what my dad said. Long story short, this deer comes. It's amazing buck. He would have scored, and the neighbor actually shot him. I think he scored around 153 or something like that. I couldn't get a shot off of my dad's stand, and I said, I saw him in the house. I was like, Dad, if I fucking told you, we put the tree stand in that tree, like I said, I'd have an amazing buck in the freezer right now, and I'm fucking livid. And just like, I'm like going off on him and not going off on him at the same time. And he's the same thing like me. Like, we just get very like hot-headed very quick, but we don't mean it. And then like the next day, I'm like, Dad, I'm very sorry. It's not towards you. I was just mad situation. I couldn't get a shot off at him. And I think that's maybe just me, but I get like very like, fuck, that's me failing basically. I didn't win.
Maybe it was your dad because he didn't want you to shoot the buck. He's like, no, you're going
Right?
You're not going to get a shot at him. And I'm going to sit over here, and I'm going to get a shot at him.
Dad's trying to put him in the back of the house.
Yeah.
You walk down the driveway, son. If there's any deer, they're all yours.
I see 4 180 classes walk right behind the garage. You're going to sit in this maple tree right here. You're going to see them all.
So I had my cousin that he's all right, but he aggravates me sometimes. I do love him, but he had a streak of luck, like 8-pointer after 8-pointer after 8-pointer. So I said, hey, I got a special spot for you when you come down. I've been seeing a good buck in there. He's like, all right. I took caution tape, and I made it like 100 feet by like 100 feet square in the first section of woods that we usually walk down in. I says, now You got to stay there. You can't hunt out of that spot. You got to stay within that caution tape. He's like, are you freaking kidding me? He goes, I'll shoot an 8-pointer at her. I said, you probably will, you lucky bastard. You probably will. No, but I had to do it to him.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere else but there.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, I should have said you can't shoot out across the caution tape either, but
yeah, it's got to be in that 3-foot square.
That's about it.
Well, guys, we reached this time of the show.
Listener call-in.
All right. Anyone out there, they want to call into the show, the number's right there. Feel free to call and talk to us on the show. Whatever you want to talk about. We encourage it. Nobody's taking us up on it so far. People probably don't want to call in because they had to listen to us talk and shit like that. So I don't blame them.
Bunch of
Dude, you
shy
put it as,
ass
like,
people.
psychic hotline number 2. We'll
What was
help
that?
predict their future.
What was that,
That's
David?
grinders all over the men's wrestling.
Yeah, we'll do like a psychic hotline. They'll call in and be like, Will I get a deer this year? Well, if you're hunting in Allegan County, no.
Yeah, we'll have to do a Whitetail Advantage poll. Will Brett get a deer this year?
That's right.
Brett, you got to get a magic 8-ball.
Stop. We got a phone call. Let's see if it's somebody for the show. Hello, how can I help you?
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Oh, this
Yeah, buddy. John.
Oh, that was perfect.
That was awesome, man.
I was so excited. We got our
Brett
first.
was like, smaller guys, he's on the other line.
Oh, we got one.
Dude, you should have kept it going as long as you could have.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
you should have
That was
just
so
turned
awesome.
you should have just turned around and put your hood up and hit under there and like, yeah, this is not me. And talk to a different voice.
I didn't know what to say. I was like, oh, fuck.
No, that was perfect.
That was a good one. You're never coming back on the show ever again.
Hey,
After
Brett, you got your first caller. You can chalk that up.
yeah, we got our first caller.
Yeah.
Nice. I like being first.
That's awesome. That's funny. Our
We
first
know
caller was our only caller was a guest on our show. And we had to pay him too.
Yeah, that was a prepaid advertisement. Thank you.
So what are your hunts you got coming up next, Derek?
I guess. Fuck me. I asked a question, but fuck me. Then I guess. We'll go with
Hey,
that
quiet,
question.
Brett.
Go ahead, Brett. Ask the question. We don't want to leave you.
Yeah, go ahead, Brett. You're just
No, we'll go with John's question. Go ahead. You have any upcoming hunts?
Yeah, in about 2 weeks, I'm heading down to southern Arizona. I got a Coos deer hunt.
Oh,
Yeah, going Coos. Gonna try to plug one with the bow, but I'm gonna have the rifle right next to me just in case it's too far. I'm a meat first guy, so.
Pussy.
Yeah. And
No,
then,
what type of rifle are you going to use?
I got a 6.5 Creedmoor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I won the rifle. It was a pretty cool story. So my biggest buck. There you go, Adam. So my first deer. No, my biggest deer that I shot. The landowner is a good friend, family friend. He put me into this local contest they have. It's a big buck contest, and I shot the biggest buck that year, and I won a Browning X Bolt long range.
Dang.
6.5 Creedmoor, man.
Holy shit.
Beautiful rifle. I was like, shit, dude, right on. Yeah, I got the biggest buck that year and got a sweet rifle with it.
That's one of the best action
Hell
guns
yeah.
out. X-Bolt.
What green bullet are you shooting at it at?
Why 140?
Having good luck with it? Have you shot anything with the 140s with it?
Yeah, I shot a big Coos deer last year. With it. I put a long range optic on it, and so I'm really only using it for long range. Like it's like my mule deer, whitetail Coos deer, like.
Right.
But I got a pretty big Coos deer last year with it, so
Nice.
yeah, it was exciting. Yeah, I went got a free rifle, so I went and put like a $900, $1,000 optic on it. And
What optic did you put on?
it's the Bushnell. Oh man, you got me on the spot. It's
That's
Is
the
it
point
the
of the show.
Elite Series?
I don't want to throw something out there. It's not my go-to rifle, so I've only used it like one time, and that was last year. So I'm not like
There's probably definitely some in their Elite Series.
Oh yeah.
it's a pretty nice optic, and
Yeah, their Elite Series are pretty nice.
yeah, I got it with my own loaded round, and yeah, it was, it was cool too because I shot the buck with me and my dad, and then
Oh, that's cool.
that won the rifle, and then this coos deer I shot, it was me and my dad.
So do you like have a walk-in cooler and freezer at your house or what?
Dude, I'm thinking of his cooler, his
This
freezer.
dude's got like
That's massive.
8,000 pounds of meat that he's killed in the last.
I don't think it's a walk-in cooler. I think it's a rolling cooler.
Got a commercial freezer.
It's a roll-in cooler. Come on, you guys know this.
Drive-in cooler with a semi, just loading off carcasses.
No, I got 3 deep freezers, pretty decent sized ones. Because I live out in Southern California, we do a lot of fishing out here as well, so we get a lot of like big bluefin tuna.
Oh man,
and all that stuff. And I got a lot of friends who are into the big game fishing, so I trade a lot of meat. You know, like they'll give me some bluefin tuna, big old slabs, and I'll give them a couple pounds of elk burger. And yeah, it's a healthy.
Hell yeah.
Nice. That's a good trade-off.
Tuna. Kind of wide opening too.
Yeah, I got to get my one freezer cleared out. It's still got probably 150 pounds of pig in it.
Huh.
You want a ham, Johnny?
Yeah.
Oh, that's David.
Well, dude, I'm sick of ham. I'm sick of pork right now, dude. We hate the crap out of it.
Dude, I'm hoping next week to move into my new house. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll save it. I was just gonna donate it to the neighbors, but I already gave them one.
Nice.
So I need to make room for that deer, and it's full of walleye and shit too. So, and some salmon I caught a couple weeks ago. But,
cool.
So, is it okay if I ask a question now? It seems like everyone else is asking.
Here comes something to be prepared.
Is something stupid? Fuck you, John.
Come on, guys. Let me ask a question here. Please, just one question.
Yeah. Call into the hotline and talk to Brett.
That's the not so hotline.
Yeah.
No, fuck it. You guys can ask a question. I'm just sitting here.
So, what's your thoughts on 6.5 Creedmoor on an elk? Is it too small?
Me?
Oh.
Yeah.
You ain't asking me.
I don't know. I heard the Creedmoor rounds different from the PRC. The PRC, I've heard people take down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I haven't heard anyone taking one with a Creedmoor, but
so my cousin.
I don't know much about it.
My cousin's out in Flagstaff. First time hunter, he drew for a cow elk last week. The 18th is when it was. His hunt lasted 6 minutes.
Wow.
He was out there at 7 a.m. 7:06. He dropped this cow elk. He used a 6.5 Creedmoor.
Yep.
Nice.
And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I've never heard anyone shoot and drop a cow elk, any elk, with a 6.5 Creedmoor." He's like, "Well, yeah, like
shot placement
did it in the money spot.
100%, dude. No tracking, nothing.
Yeah.
First time hunter, everything. The stars lined up for this kid." I was like, "Well, son of a bitch," because that was a huge trash talker on the 6.5 Creedmoor.
Or Dave, that was the picture you sent me, wasn't it, Dave?
Yeah, that was it.
That was a big cow.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was a little cow.
How far of a shot was it, Johnny? You know?
That I'm not too sure.
So here on the ballistics table, these are 125s. I wouldn't shoot. These are for whitetails. The box says whitetail, but
Yeah.
140s like Derek's using is what I hear to go with. I shoot 125s at the coyotes, and let me tell you something. They don't move. But you're talking velocity, 2,431 feet per second at 200 yards with an energy of 1641. So that's quite a bit of power.
So that's like a 12 gauge at 100 yards.
That's quite a bit of power
Energy-wise.
at 200 yards. That's
Yeah,
a 125 grain bullet. So that's not even a 140. But
140's got probably.
let me tell you
20-30%
something.
more
That guy, I know a friend of mine also that goes to Montana, or I'm sorry, Colorado, and he shot an elk with the 6.5, dropped it too, right in its tracks. And like I said, I heard all the hype and everybody, oh, it's, stupid, da 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 da. Well, let me tell you something. I just shot coyotes with it. I get big coyotes up here in the Northeast. It freaking annihilates them, man. They don't.
Dude, when I was up in New York, 243 all day, or either that or 22-250.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got the 204. The 204 flat.
Oh, that's a nice round.
Yeah. We
Flat.
use a 17 Ultra Mag up here.
Yep.
If you can get ammo.
22 Hornet. I got the 22 Hornet. No, that's a Ruger. All weather. That's another good round. But if I'm telling you, I like one shot. It's dark. It's usually 0 degrees out, and I'm out there freezing my ass off. I don't want to go looking for him.
Yep. 223 with a can.
Yep.
Derek, have you done any predator hunting?
I have. I've done a lot of predator hunting, and I have not killed a single coyote yet.
No.
No,
Too busy dropping elk.
not a lot of predator hunting.
Deer. Killing them all.
You got to. You want to come out here sometime, man? Up here in the Northeast, up in New York with me, man. Come on out.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
I'd be happy. What's that?
And don't tempt me with a good time.
Oh, hell yeah, man. You'll have a blast. I got a lot of places out here to go, and have a lot of fun, man.
It is a lot of fun.
It's what I do during the wintertime when there ain't much going on. So it's cool to be hunted. I like to be hunted. I don't like hunting so much. I like stuff to come and follow me. So
Those days for me are over.
yeah, well, you had a different kind of situation, but
Right?
yeah. Cheers.
So now, Derek, what's that story with the antelope behind you, man? That thing's amazing looking.
Yeah, so it was always a dream hunt of mine, and I saw a guy do it on a hunting show, and my niece's husband is a professional predator hunter, so like he's got all these like sponsors and all this stuff. So he did some predator work for a local rancher, and the rancher had a water hole on his property, and we got access. Well, it turns out that this was the only like pure water for several miles around.
Oh, jeez.
So every pronghorn was coming into that specific water hole.
Man,
we didn't know this at the time, but yeah, we set up the blind about 28 yards out, and this guy comes just walking over the hillside, and just beautiful, like I was saying earlier, the sun beaming down on this animal, it was just like it was glowing. And you could see the throat patches. How do you do this? All right, like that. I'm trying to do it on my computer. Yeah, just that throat patch and that right there.
Yeah,
they're just glowing. And I was like, man, do I even want to shoot this thing? Like, it was just like majestic. But because from when it hopped over the hillside and it walked in, it was me and my niece in the blind. She was on the camera, and this thing went and walked probably 50 yards down behind the blind, went underneath the fence, came and wrapped around. Like it did the whole coming into the water from downwind scenario. Like it was the alpha buck in the area, and like we got to watch him chase off other little bucks and stuff coming in. And we had a decoy set up at the water hole, and this guy comes in, and he's he's snorting and barking and doing all kinds of sounds, and he's scraping and rubbing his horns in the dirt, just kicking up a fuss. And like, it was just so cool to watch an alpha animal hold down its territory like that. It was just, me and my niece were like just blown away. And it came into 28 yards, and yeah, I started to take a drink, and that was that.
Now, what state did you harvest him in?
I was Eastern Colorado.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
So 2012, I got drawn for a Western Kansas antelope hunt. And yeah, brother-in-law's wedding, so I had to cancel that. Which sucks because I haven't been able to get drawn since.
Does anyone hear that?
Yeah, what is that?
It might be somebody's phone coming across the mic.
Mine's like way on the other side.
Yeah.
Anyone else hear now?
No, I don't hear it anymore.
No, I don't hear it
I don't
now.
hear Brett talking.
There it goes.
Yep.
I think it was my phone. I don't know why.
But anyway.
So what's your next question, Mr. Bovin, for our distinguished guest?
Blue Woods.
I don't fucking know.
I want to ask a question.
I don't know, just stare off.
I like pudding.
Well, everyone knows I like pancakes.
Jello.
But you know what? I had a question that I was gonna ask, but because you guys are mean, I don't remember it. I'm not gonna ask it now.
Oh, do you need to go to your safe spot?
It's my safe place, you son of a bitch, and yes, I do.
Get his whoopee.
Yeah.
No,
Go grab your 9-iron and cuddle with it. You'll be all right.
I like my driver. I
Okay,
play.
go grab your driver if it makes you feel safe.
I hit my driver, and as soon as I hit my driver, I don't even need to hit another club. I just grab my putter because I'm just driving greens left and fucking right. So
I don't know what you're saying. So
Yeah. I don't know. These putter, I don't know what the hell that thing is.
Yeah.
everyone, how does you guys are fucking with me? Because everyone in the world, if you don't know this first thing about a driver and a putter, and
We talk about the guy in the golf cart driver.
well, what's the ballistic coefficient of a 6.5? Since we were talking about that round earlier.
Wow.
I don't know.
Let's see. Does it have it here?
Now, do you do a lot of fishing too, Derek? Or
I had a fuck me, I guess. We'll go with Johnny's
Do you?
stupid ass.
Yeah, I'm a big kayak fisherman. I love doing kayaks, and we got a lot of harbors and saltwater spots around here. I do a little bit of freshwater, but I'm more into the salt. We have a lot of species of fish out here, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
yeah, I could only imagine, man, out there. Like, I've always wanted to do like deep sea fishing and stuff like that. I mean, here in Michigan, where me, John, and Brett are, and salmon fishing is huge. Salmon and trout.
Yep.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
walleye, yep.
Yeah, walleye. But yeah, deep sea fishing would just be fucking so fun.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's really fun when you're on a boat. You're like your own boat, or like a boat with probably like 4 other people. But we get what we call out here like cattle boats, and it's they'll stick 20, 30 heads on a boat.
Oh wow.
And when you catch a big fish, like the fish just doesn't go straight out. The fish is
Oh yeah.
going left, going right, going down, coming up. It's fighting its life out, and you're getting tangled with lines and having to go under people and over rods and under rods and around the whole boat. Like, I mean, you get it done, dude, but it's like it's a pain. It's a pain.
Dude, it smokes you at the end of it.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Like, I thought fishing, the first time I was ever on the Great Lake fishing, man, I was like, this is going to be like fishing in a pond. Then you hooked into like a 30-pound king. You're just like,
Oh,
holy
yeah.
shit. Like, I'm done. Like, this is
yeah,
crazy.
that's a dream fish for me, man.
Dude, come on up, man. We got plenty of them here.
I'd
Yeah.
love.
Actually,
I'd love
just
to.
a couple up down the river, about 1/8 of a mile from my house.
Yeah, we catch them all the time.
That I really am. I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna come out there.
Yep. Yeah, we got all.
These bluefin, man, they're
Oh boy.
chunky fish. After you're done, you'll have one forearm probably 10 times the size of your other forearm.
Yeah,
Man.
Brett's got one of those, but
Brett's
it's
got
not
that
for
for a
fishing.
different reason.
I was waiting for that one to come in.
Yeah.
Usually the white one.
He hasn't been in the tree much, so he's been,
Gotta stay warm.
yeah.
What do I always tell them? Are you out there snapping your carrot?
Trigger finger cramps up all the time.
La, 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 la,
Who is this? Does anybody know where he went? Oh, there he is. Brett, you going to ask a question, Brett?
No, you guys are being fucking mean. I'm not going to ask.
Go get your driver and get over it.
Just tell me your question. I'll put the
Put
pumpkin
your
head on.
safe word.
Oh my gosh, that's
Well,
funny.
Eric, I gotta ask. What are some of like the challenges though, being handicapped in hunting?
Fuck, what isn't a challenge, man?
Yeah.
I mean, getting to and from spots is extremely hard, especially if there's a lot of fallen timber, a lot of rocks. If you're trying to go through, but it depends, like I do a lot of solo hunts by myself. I try to do as much as I possibly can. With saying that, it's always a lot easier when you have a buddy or two, because then you could always go farther in my position. You know what I mean? But it's not too shabby, dude. I mean, I make do. Yeah, I would just say probably transportation in the blind and stuff like that is really tough. Just getting to and from it. But I have several wheelchairs that are made for that specific scenario. Like I got a manual off-road wheelchair with big mountain bike tires and shocks and stuff like that. And I could roll that one around pretty well over some serious terrain. And then I also have one of those action track chairs. I don't know if you guys have seen those, but
yeah, they're neat.
those wheelchairs with the tank treads on them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, like, so if someone is new in the same situation as you are, what type of advice would you give that new person out there that wanted to get into hunting and trying to like overcome that mental challenge?
The mental challenge?
Yeah, like just any like the mental hurdle of, I'm sure you're
just getting
about it all.
Yeah, getting out there and just getting it, just do it. You're not going to be able to figure it out sitting on the couch. You can sit there and you can soak into the depression and into the what ifs and the I wish it was, but it's not. This is the new world you live in. This is the new life you live. Pick up, take the bull by the horns and go. No one's coming to save you. Legs, I mean, I wish it were so, but they're not just going to magically turn on. You got to figure out ways around it. You got to make sure you can still live a healthy life, because if you sit back on the couch and you don't get out there and you play the what if game, or you're just going to go further and further downhill.
Yeah.
And that's that's true. That's true for anybody, but it's so we're just, I don't know, man. I just and reach out, dude. Reach out to people, man. So many people have just blessed me with a random hunt here or a random fish there, or just or like, hey, let's go trap shoot, or let's go meet me at the range. Like, just reach out. People, especially in the outdoors community, especially in the archery community. The archery community is
huge,
way head and shoulders above any other field I've been into. So,
I was going to ask that question. If there's different organizations that you go out with, because I got shot when I was in Afghanistan, so I do a lot of different.
Again.
Yeah, so I do Purple Heart hunts,
David.
And I do a lot of different organizations like that. And I was wondering if you did anything like that as well.
No, I haven't. It's everything I've done is DIY. So with me, like in my position, when I got hurt, I was working on the job, so I had all my stuff was taken care of through workman's comp. And since I was on the job, I was in a lawsuit and we settled. And so in my position, I'm able to take care of my own financial situations or whatever, like tag prices and all that. But there's a lot of really cool, organizations out there, like Disabled Outdoorsmen USA. That's a big one. There's one down in Texas, one down in Utah, and it's pretty cool. There's some good people out there, man.
Yeah, there is.
Good people.
There is. I followed you on Instagram, picked up on your page, and I was amazed, man. I was really like, wow. As a hunter, we get down on ourselves. We strive to do the best we can, and then you see somebody like yourself just banging it out, man. You're getting it done, and it picks you up, man.
There are no excuses with you. That.
Well, you gotta just keep on keeping on, man.
That's it, man.
Life's the garden, did it, brother?
Yeah, well, there was a lot of time there where I did have it was down, and I was in my head, and I was focused on all that bad stuff, so once you can get yourself out of that situation, it's garden of roses, What's they say? What's the saying?
Oh, life's the garden, did it?
There you go. Love it.
I think it helped that you were an outdoors guy anyways, from
yeah.
the get-go. So you just got to pick up basically where you'd started. You just got to basically add more to your story,
Right. Yeah. I couldn't fill that void. You know what I mean? Like, even if I got stuck in the wheelchair or whatnot, it was that adventure spirit was always still there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And the fact that you DIY everything, it's pretty freaking cool.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Oh, that part is awesome. That you'd rather do that by yourself.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, there's been a couple of hunts where I've gone out and you do the outfit or whatever, but you figure it out. Figuring it out is probably the funnest part to some of these hunts, like finding obstacles. Like, so I do a lot of like 3D shoots in the summertime and in the springtime and whatnot.
I love you even more.
Yeah.
Right? Hell yeah.
Yeah, those shoots are incredible. So I'll get that action track chair out there and
nice.
And we'll go, and in reference, so this last one I went, I shot down in San Diego, and we come across a couple downed oak trees, and we're like, shit, well, how are we gonna figure this out? Well, we got like 4 or 5 of us were in our group. We're like, well, let's just start breaking down, because there's a bunch of deadfall and a bunch of dead tree around. We're like, let's build a bridge. So we stuck a bunch of this deadfall in front of the trees, in between the trees, and then made a down ramp to get out of the and we just got up and over it and did it. So like I honestly had more fun trying to figure out obstacles like that than I did shooting rubber targets.
Right. That's cool though, man. That is
hell yeah.
Cool.
That is very cool. Good fun. It is what it is, man. Like, you can either sit back and let life, just dig your grave, or you can go out and make the life you can.
That's his track. That's his tracked wheelchair there. That thing's freaking awesome.
Oh yeah, I have seen those.
That is badass.
Cool, man.
And you go and you take that on the 3D course. You go up through it, everything. Oh yeah, he's shooting right now with it. Actually, shoot. Sorry about the crappy camera work here.
Yeah, it's fun. I take that thing all over the Western United States. Like I've done 3D shoots in Northern California, Southern California, Utah, Colorado, like
That's awesome.
just have fun. Just have fun with it, you
It is
know.
fun. I used to love doing it.
It's fun too because you can, you know. Never mind. You could take a you could pack some beers in the backpack and
Yes, you
a
can.
lot
Hell
a lot
yeah.
of
Look at
shoots
this
out
guy.
west are in elevation.
Look at him shooting out of that. That's freaking sick, dude.
Nice.
Look at it. Shoot. That's so cool, man.
It is.
Yeah, those 3D elevation shoots are a hoot.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
But
Yeah. I wanted them to see, because like I said, I've been following you for quite a while now. And I remember back when you were doing these on there, but I wanted to show them because that's pretty insane. That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, appreciate it. It's good, clean fun too. You know, getting out there with a group.
There's a lot of really awesome people in the 3D community too, in the archery.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's pretty cool with that, man. Everybody's, willing to lend a hand. And,
Yep.
sometimes I've been out on 3D. I used to own my own 3D course. I had 40 outdoor targets years ago, but, just meeting the people that came in, and I had it set up for recurve traditional stuff and compound bows. And then we had the woman's stake that Brett would use. And the guys, that were doing, did I say that? I'm sorry. But, it was really cool. You met a lot of nice people, and, the community is just welcoming. People always are willing to lend a hand. When something comes up like that and you got a problem, you've been shooting for like 20 something years. You can't figure your new sight out, shooting 6 feet off to the right or something. They help you out. So it's cool.
So
Man.
have you been black bear hunting yet, or any kind of bear hunting, or is that
So-
something you want to do?
100%, absolutely. I did a black bear hunt. I don't know, probably 9 years ago in upstate Maine on a baited site.
Yep.
It was cool. It wasn't the biggest bear, but it was the last day and the last night, and I was like, I wanted some bear meat. I didn't really care, other than that. But yeah, it was what it was. It's probably only about 150 pounds, maybe.
It's a lot
Good
of meat.
eating bear. That's a good eating bear.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I killed one. It was 180, and it was a good eating bear. Let me tell you.
Yep.
Can't beat that.
Nah.
Well, Derek, getting close to wrap the show here. So we got a couple of rapid fire questions here. I want to shoot your way. Okay.
Send it.
All right. The first one, and I refix this all for Johnny too.
All
You're gonna read it right. You're gonna read the questions right.
Just don't. Yes.
No.
motherfucker.
Get it straight up.
All right. Let's get all prepped up here.
Here, get your Matt Cock shirt all situated.
Yeah.
There.
Son of a bitch. It's for military and first responders.
Okay, I don't know what the hell it is. I'm sorry.
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, Johnny's a freaking decorated vet.
Yeah, this dude gets shot in the neck. He doesn't stop talking about it. And he doesn't know more about that.
Oh,
Come on.
Johnny, you gotta do a shot in the neck pumpkin. The next one.
Right? I should.
girl.
It's just an exploded pumpkin.
Yeah.
To be fair, it was in the head as well. Head and neck. So
Yeah.
All right. There's 9 of them. We'll make it quick. Besides hunting, do you have any other hobbies or interests?
Yeah, so I do photography. I live out here in Southern California. I do a lot of surfing, videography. So that was my life before my snowboard travels took me around. I do a lot of photography. Shoot, what else do I do? I got a very thriving OnlyFans.
You probably got more followers than Brett.
It's weird how many people like to see paralyzed feet out there in the world. They're freaking weirdos, but I'll take their money, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, I just got on there to help you out. That's the only reason,
Yeah, you're my greatest income,
I'm trying
dude.
to help next
Appreciate
hunt,
it.
dude. That's it. I swear.
Yeah, but I live in a beautiful area, so I do a lot of photography. It's my main source of income.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I do that and archery, man. I'm addicted to the game, so constantly at the range, in the backyard, at buddies' houses, and
That's awesome.
good
You
fun.
definitely fit in with us, that's for sure.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Question 2. You can only choose one. What weapon would you choose if the end of the world is here?
The end of the world.
Yeah, what are you carrying?
I'll go with the AR-10 10-inch barrel.
Nice.
308.
Yeah.
All right. What wild game animal is on your bucket list that you want to hunt?
All of them, bro.
But like, what's number 1?
Moose.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Those Alaska videos just get the blood flowing,
Yeah, they
man.
do. Yep.
They get the big monsters coming at you.
Gosh, dude, and even I've come across my fair share of moose, and they are big animals. You know, their legs alone are 5-6 feet tall.
They're huge. I saw one in Vermont, man. They're freaking huge.
They're just majestic the way they move through the forest with those big racks too. It's like, how do you even? But it's like the trees move out of their way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
That's about it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of critters out there I would love to taste, but
Well, that leads into this next question. What is a wild game animal you want to try? Boom, nailed it. Mic drop.
that I want to try a big game.
Any game.
Any.
Game?
Any kind of game you want to try.
Yeah, it could be anything. Like Johnny's brought up a neck roast from a freaking giraffe.
Yeah, that's a fucking.
Dude, I've also brought up bat straps of a rhino. So
That is true.
Oh shit. Honestly, like me and a buddy have been talking a lot lately, and it's kind of random, but squirrel.
Oh,
Dude,
dude.
I have
never
one in the bed of my
squirrel out
truck
here,
right
man.
now.
I see squirrels all the time, and I'm like, damn, I know people eat these things. I'm
Yep.
like, but the
Dude,
ones
all
around here,
day.
they're trash diggers, dude. You know, I'm like, I'm not trying to.
Oh,
eat any
yeah.
of this,
You don't
dude.
want city squirrels.
No. Who knows what they got? But
Squirrels are good.
yeah,
You know,
it's random, but that's just been on my mind lately. Especially with this last elk hunt we had tons of squirrels running through our camp, and we just didn't have the proper weaponry to take them out. But yeah,
No,
random.
A
No.
Creedmoor's fine for a squirrel. You just got to put it through his temple.
Yeah,
you don't have to gut it or skin it.
yeah.
Right? Dude, biscuits and squirrel gravy, man. We used to have that shit all the time.
Yep.
Yeah. Random.
Squirrel and rabbit. Tasty.
Hell
What is
yeah.
your favorite state you've hunted and why?
Utah, hands down. Just gorgeous country. Every 10 miles is a different topography.
Nice.
Go from like your canyon lands, then you got the desert, then you have high alpine. You can get surrounded by aspens. You can be the northeast is all big canyon mesas and plateaus and huge canyons, and then you got your big mountains. I'm infatuated with that state. It's just beautiful.
Mm.
And it's got every critter you can, every big game critter.
Yeah.
You got moose, you got sheep, you got rams, you got elk, antelope, whitetail, mule deer, whatever you need. So,
What is the number one state you want to hunt and why?
That you haven't hunted.
Yeah, you haven't hunted.
Alaska.
Alaska. That's a good one.
I don't think I need to describe why.
No, we all know that.
Well, we're on the
You know, why do you want to hunt Alaska?
Is there anyone famous that you'd like to go on a hunt with one time?
And yes, I will go with you. It's all right.
And don't say Bowman Woods.
I don't honestly. It'd be pretty fun to shoot the shit with Trump Jr.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah, he looks pretty. He's pretty funny, dude. And then just getting in the blind with him and being able to pick his ear off mic, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shit he would say probably is pretty cool.
Right.
Probably say some shit.
All right, we got 2 left here. If you could bring one person back from your family to hunt with, who would that be?
One person back.
Yeah.
Passed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Honestly, the only ones that I ever really knew that passed were just like my old grandmas. I never knew my grandpas. They all passed before I was born. I knew just the only ones that have passed have been 2 grandmas.
Mhm.
I would like to. So I had a grandma who lived out in eastern Colorado where I got that pronghorn. Maybe she had some old time recipes she could whip up.
Hell yeah.
I bet she did.
Yeah.
I bet she did.
Oh, you know what? No, I'm gonna go with my black lab, Coco. Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
I'll take the dog, dude.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Last question here. How do you think we can get more people involved in hunting, and how do you think that we as fellow hunters could or should do to improve the hunting community as a whole?
I think it's very necessary and very big to show the world and teach the world all the poison and shit that's in our food.
Mm-hmm.
All the supermarket meats and vegetables and candies, all that garbage, dude. Like no one knows the food coloring, the dyes, the thises and the that's, there's so much garbage, man. I'm like mind blown and everything. I'm a back of the bottle now guy. Like every time I buy something, I'm looking at the ingredients in the back of the wrapper, just because it's shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
Yeah.
even that's why I hunt with so many tags. I can try to stock as much freezer as I can so I don't have to deal with meat that's been pumped full of pesticides and antibiotics and
Steroids and everything else.
steroids, dude, and like fatteners and all this stuff. It's like it's yeah.
I actually
That's
just watched the
Coca-Cola.
video on
You can-
Wendy's, how they make their burgers. I think it was Wendy's or Burger King. I take it back. I think it was Burger King, where they take the frozen blocks of meat,
Yeah.
and then they throw it in a grinder, and then they add fat to it, and then they add all these spices and chemicals and dyes to it, and then they mix it up and pour water on it, and then it looks like a paste.
Well, that's like McDonald's, where it started off as like a pink paste like substance.
And then they put it through a press and steam cook it almost.
Yeah.
And then they freeze it and ship it. It's just I was just like, what? There's no way that's meat, man.
No.
And at Taco Bell, a lot of their beef is actually like cardboard filler.
Yeah. Oh, that's like the same thing with like Coca-Cola. I mean, that shit can get the stuff off the rust off of materials, and yet you're consuming it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why I always mix it with Jack.
Agree with you, man. I'd rather know what's in my food for sure.
If you mix it with Jack, the alcohol kills the bad side of the Coke.
That's why I just don't even use Coke.
Yeah, half the time anymore. Me neither.
I just feel like if everybody actually knew what was in their food that were being, because I've been on dates with girls and they ask me, and I tell my hunter like, oh, but we have the supermarkets, this, and this. I'm like, yeah, but if you really knew what you were putting into your body, the only other option is to hunt.
Mm-hmm.
So I call that fake meat. They think it's vegan. But if you actually read the ingredients on it, it's more toxic than the McDonald's stuff.
Well, they just opened up this restaurant probably about a year ago about a mile from my parents' house, and it was a vegetable restaurant but they were like selling like hamburgers made out of vegetables, chicken wings made out of vegetables, chicken breast sandwiches, all vegetables. And I'm like, and I drove through the drive-thru and I was like, I'm gonna check this out just to see what. And I sat at the menu for like 2 minutes, and I was like, I can't do this, dude. There's no way. This is blasphemy. So I freaking, I don't know. It's mind blowing what's out there. So
yeah, and they'll pay $10 for like one patty at the store because it said it's grass fed, but it ain't grass fed.
No,
it ate grass once.
What?
It ate grass once, but that's about it.
Right. They stuck a piece of grass in it.
Well, Derek, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on the show. I greatly appreciate it. For anyone out there that wants to follow your journey and stuff like that, or ask you more questions, get to know you more, how can they do that? How can they reach out to you?
So I got an Instagram and I got a YouTube, and they're both the same handle. It's T8 _outdoorsman. So the Instagram and the YouTube, both of those, that's where I plug most of my adventures.
I was already following you. I just checked because I'm like, I think I already follow him.
Nice.
Yeah, I
I don't see any comments or likes, dude. What's up?
Yeah. Well, I was on my Grinder page with Brett. He's managing it. He's doing a really bad job.
Brutal.
I got nothing for that to say. Derek, thank you again so much. We gotta stay in touch, man. Love to have you back on. I hope you have a good rest of your night, brother.
Appreciate you guys.
See you, Adam. See you, David. John.
Yep. Have a good one, man.
I accidentally clicked myself away. I'm an idiot. First day here, I guess. Anyways, I just want to say thank you everyone for coming on for tonight's show. Thank you, Derek, again. Really greatly appreciate it. Thank you everyone for tuning in for tonight's show. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or anything feel free to reach us on our social media platforms, or you can send us an email to brettbovin@whitetailadvantage.com, or you can look at our website. We have everything that you need to know basically right there for you. One thing I do want to mention, though, our audio version of the show gets released on Mondays at 5 a.m. Eastern time. And when we do our Tuesday shows, they're going to be released on Wednesdays at 5 a.m. as well. So basically Mondays and Wednesdays, our audio versions get released to our podcast version. So thank you everyone for tuning in for tonight's show again. And make sure you put your quarter in the slot machine, and we'll see everyone. We're taking next week off. We're not going to be here on November 3rd. We'll be back on November 10th with Frank. So again, thank you everyone for tuning in for tonight's show. Put your quarter in the slot machine.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Whitetail Advantage Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we will see you next time.